Hey guys, Falmo here. I've been working on the Dodge brakes, doing a little experiment, and this is the master cylinder off from the S10, and this is what's inside. This is the first piston that's deepest inside the cylinder, and then this is the second piston, and these measure about, well, they look like about 3/4, possibly 7/8. I haven't actually measured them, but I think I figured out what the problem is, why the brakes aren't working well. Number one, I think the back brakes are self-adjusting. There's two cylinders in the brakes, and each cylinder is one way. I mean, there's one piston in each cylinder, and each cylinder works one of the shoes. And I don't believe there's any adjustments. I can't find anything online, and I really don't feel like pulling it all apart. So, with that said, if the rear brakes are on this cylinder, and the front brakes are on this cylinder, and the front brakes bottom out, then this can't push any farther. There's not enough volume of fluid to make the back brakes self-adjust and come on. So I switched the lines, made no difference, still have no brakes. And the reason being is the original master cylinder, this cylinder in it, which is 1.5 inches. Now you would think that 2 3/4 would equal 1.5 inches, but they don't, not volume wise, because they're circle. So 2 3/4 is actually equal to about probably 1 inch. So this is a lot more volume of fluid that this cylinder is pushing, and I'm probably not going to find a split master cylinder that has that much volume. So what I think I'm going to do is try to make that original master cylinder, which I've already rebuilt. It's apart now, but it's got all new parts in it. You can see the aluminum is just like new except for the dirt that's on it. But we're going to try to make that master cylinder fit the power booster from this, because I know that the old power booster loses fluid. It leaks by into the actual vacuum chamber, and you can't rebuild them. That actually sits out here yet. You can't rebuild them. You can send them in and have them rebuilt for like $800 and some. Well, I'm not going to spend $800 and some on the truck that I only paid $150 for. So, and I can't even get that apart. I tried to get that apart to get this end plug out, and it will not come out. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to retrofit the old single circuit brakes, unfortunately, to this newer vacuum booster. The vacuum booster works great, but I'm not sure if I can make it work or not. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. Alright guys, here's what we got so far. I got this master cylinder all cleaned up. I got the plug out of it. I'm going to have to get something new for that, or make something else work, because it was messed up like this when I got it. I don't know, somebody snapped off the hex head that opened it, and the edge is all chewed up, and it doesn't seal very well. And moisture can get in there, and that's not good for brakes. But this will slide right on where the old master cylinder went, and this will fit into the recess in the power booster. But what I had to do is I had to make this. This is actually the driving end from the old master cylinder that was on that power booster, and I turned it down in my fancy lathe here and just using a file and turning it at higher speed with the drill press there. And this goes in because the original master cylinder here from the truck had the steel driver that went into here, which we've cut off so that we could bolt that power booster in to the linkage on the pedal. So I had to make something that will go back in there, because the newer master cylinder here from the power booster, the driver was only about flush. So this is actually the old one from there, like I said, and I turned it down, and it fits right in there, and will actuate the master cylinder. So now the only thing that's different is this has 4 holes to mount it, where it originally mounted to the firewall, and that master cylinder has two, and they're here and here, and the studs actually stick out quite far. So what I'm thinking is I can take a piece of plate and put a flat piece of plate across here with a hole in the center that the nuts will hold this on with. Either that or I'll make some big washers that'll go back and catch it here. But I like the flat plate idea better because I think that would be a lot more sturdy. You certainly don't want this to fall off when you go and step on the brakes coming down the hill, because that would be really bad. These are Wagner Lockheed, at least the master cylinder is. So anyway, I had this all apart like you saw a little bit ago. I honed this again just to make sure that it was clean, and like I said, I did put a kit in this, so all the rubbers and everything are fresh. So I put it back together, cleaned it all up good with some cleaner, and lubed it with some brake fluid and put it all back together. And we're just going to figure out how to hold it onto the truck now, and then we'll hook the lines back up to it, bleed it out, and see what happens. We should have much better brakes. As long as the power booster works well with this, we should be good. So I shall return. Hey guys, we're back. That's what I've come up with. I put a couple brackets on there because it turns out the studs weren't quite long enough to put a flat piece all the way across and catch those two bolts. So I ground this out a little bit where it was curved so that would make a nice good contact, and folded it over on the left here and on the right here to take up some of the thickness so they wouldn't be angled too much, and then just put the original nuts back on there. It's on there good and firm, and I got the brake line all connected up. It's all been bled. I've got the handyman secret weapon on here, duct tape, just to keep moisture out of there until I can order the right cap. But that's all connected up there, and we got good pedal. I mean, it's firm right there, about a little bit less than halfway down, and they do operate. And of course I pulled it forwards and then held my heel on the brake and gave her a little gas and let the clutch out and stalled it, and it wouldn't start because the battery's dead. So we're charging the battery, but the brakes do work. I'll see if it ain't been on the charger very long, but we'll see if it'll start. Probably not. I mean, the brakes work pretty good. You know, and the power part of it works. It's a little cold-blooded, but anyway, she does run, and the brakes do work. And I guess before I leave it, I'll put this back on. So anyway, we'll call it a success. I would have liked to have had dual brakes on there. Now we got a little brake fluid burning off the manifold there. Nice smoke. But anyway, it operates, it works. I guess I'm happy with it. I don't know if I'll be keeping this truck or not. Like I was saying in an earlier video, I have a chance, and I'm going to do it, to get a 58 Ford C600. That's the cab over. I've always liked those. This Dodge is a pretty cool truck, and I might keep it, but I probably won't license it, at least not work on getting it licensed. I may sell it. I don't know. Of course, if I sell it, it will not go with the new tires because they're exactly the same as the ones on the Ford, and that will have new tires on it. So, but anyway, we'll call that a success. We're going to move on to another little project. Anyway, moving on. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the Labor Day weekend.